Welcome, and thank you for joining me here today. Hello, my name is Karina MacNeice, and for the past 3 months, I have been enrolled in Savvy Coder's Data Analytics and Python course. With my background in the Army and in human resources, I have always been passionate about storytelling, and there's nothing like an extensive data set to tell a good story. During my time in the program, I learned about Agile and played the role of a product owner in a practice project with a team of classmates. Learning about Agile practices from the program start helped us navigate our practice project. We also learned how to use Jira, a project management platform, in the program. As the product owner for my team, I oversaw the sprints and backlog stories being entered and ensured that my classmates entered their required information. I was able to gain practical experience in handling various scenarios that one could face in a real environment. I will soon share my capstone project and a story about why I chose this topic. 3 months ago, on my way home to my first Savvy Coders class, I was driving and I received a speeding ticket from one of the city's speed cameras. This incident is what inspired me to use my newfound data analytics skills to investigate whether speed and red light cameras impact traffic crashes in the streets where they are located. Join me on this journey as we dive into the city of Chicago's data sets to uncover this story. So, with that, catch me if you can, the city of Chicago and its speed and red light cameras. Let the adventures begin. It's time to start collecting data. Fortunately, the city of Chicago has its own data portal where I can access several data sets. These data sets include information on red light camera violations along with their locations, speed camera violations and their locations, and traffic crashes reported to the Chicago Police Department. Moreover, historical data from the first day that speed and red light cameras were installed, as well as traffic crashes through 2012, are available. As you can imagine, with all the data from all those years, the sizes of these data sets were humongous. I did experience trouble accessing the large data sets with my Excel, as it would crash whenever I tried to open them. To overcome them, I used Python to read the data with pandas. This enables me to group the information and get a data count for each group. This helped me to identify where to start my research. Once I better understood the data that I was working with, I decided to create a line graph using Python's matplotlib function. This graph shows the dataset's number of violations and traffic crashes over each year. Working with this data can be tricky since it's impossible to manually change any differences in the file due to the sheer amount of data in each. One of the most common issues I faced was the format of the dates. Without the same date format, it was going to be challenging to start the comparison. The date format varied in each file, indicating the date of the violation or the date of the traffic crash. My biggest success was standardizing the date format across all the Excel files. While as small as that task is, it was a great accomplishment for myself. Going back and forth from Python to Excel and Python again, I got all my data clean and easier to manage. It was here that I realized that working with fewer years and strictly with the data of traffic crashes that happened on the streets where the speed and red light cameras are located will make it a lot easier to draw a comparison. Using Tableau, I plotted the 2021 red light and speed camera violations with the traffic crashes. As you can see, the number of speed camera violations compared to the traffic crashes reported in the area were trending almost the same, while at the same time, the number of red light violations were trending completely opposite. To better understand this data, I compared a time in the city when no speed cameras were in use to when the cameras were installed. This realization led to my discovery that in this specific area, before the speed cameras were installed from 2012 to 2013, the area had a total traffic crashes of 6,828, while in the year that the speed cameras were installed from 2021 through 2022, only 6,682 total traffic crashes were recorded. While that only shows a 2% decrease in the total traffic crashes, and it is not a huge change, what was noticeable was that the change over time with the speed-related traffic crashes. As you can see that from 2012 to 2013, there were 784 speed-related traffic crashes, while in 2021 through 2022, there were only 658. That was a 16% decrease. However, citywide, in areas with no speed cameras installed from 2012 through 2013 to 2021 through 2022, there was a 27% increase in crashes, and speed-related traffic crashes citywide did decrease with 22%. With that, I was able to conclude with my data that speed-related traffic crashes and traffic crashes have decreased in areas with speed cameras, while on the other hand, the total number of traffic crashes in the city has increased. However, the number of total traffic speed-related crashes has decreased. For a future study, it would be interesting to see if the speed limit cameras have a better impact on communities than the red light cameras in the city of Chicago. With that, I would like to thank you for joining me on this adventure.